Rivals in the battle within Cosatu will face off at the Labour Federation's National Congress in Midrand, north of Johannesburg today. The Congress got underway a short while ago. 2,500 delegates from Cosatu's 18-member unions will select a new leadership for the next 3 years. They'll also discuss problems facing the Federation. Rebuilding the unity of Cosatu will be the main focus. Discussions are expected to be robust, with the expulsions of former General Secretaries Zuma and Metal Workers Union NUMSA likely to be raised, despite the two having chosen not to pursue their reinstatement. Other pressing issues Cosatu must work on are growing the Federation's membership, as well as implementing a minimum program of action, including fighting e-tolls and pushing for a national minimum wage. Well, for more now from the Congress, we cross to contributing editor Vuyo Mvoko, who's in Midrand. Vuyo, good to talk to you again. All eyes on Midrand, but things have yet to really get underway. So let me ask you this: in the few hours that we've seen this morning, has there been any corridor talk as to the actual election process and the leadership battle?
Well, forget about corridor talks. The first salvos, as it were, have already been thrown. A short while ago, delegates fighting over FAO, for example, raising an issue about the status of Limusa, because after they are busy now with adopting, they have to adopt a program, they have to adopt the agenda. So already there are unions on either side that are trying to force certain issues. So already the sort of traditional foes are now sort of starting to get onto each other's nerves, as it were one group saying FAO cannot force onto the agenda of this Congress something that they believe is unconstitutional, because they believe that constitutionally that issue, the issue of Limusa, was dealt with by the Central Executive of Cosatu. You'll recall that Limusa is the union that was formed recently to replace NUMSA. So already it looks like both parties are spoiling for a fight, but we'll see how that develops. Natasha?
And what's causing the delay? I mean, we've been waiting for things to progress from sort of 9 o'clock this morning, and we still have yet to see the President Cosatu Dlamini take to the stage.
Well, in terms of the program, I mean, they still had to have credentials to make sure that everyone who is here is indeed, those are indeed the delegates that were supposed to be here. So every Congress, every conference, elective conference starts like that. The problem, I think, here has been that they started very, very late, literally hours after they were scheduled to start. But as things stand right now, they are pretty much sticking to their program. There doesn't seem to be much of delays. But then again, remember, there were no contentious issues up until now. The contentious issues have just started, as I have said, so those may delay this Congress even further. But then again, as I said, what we saw a short while ago were what you could call opening salvos as to how much both parties or both camps are prepared to drag them. That's what remains to be seen.
So the union, I mean, over the past few years, they've been fielding a number of attacks and have been dealing with infighting and questions of unity. Earlier this week, the acting General Secretary, Becky and Charlie, he said that Cosatu was ready to move out of their dark period, is what he called it.
I think it's everybody's wish that they could put the past behind them. But as to whether that indeed is what everybody who is here, including those who are not here, like your NUMSAs and your VAVIs, are determined to do, that is really a moot point. It doesn't look like everybody is prepared to say, let bygones be bygone, let's rebuild Cosatu. Because the minute you start raising the issues that brought Cosatu where it is now, you start seeing people hardening attitudes. You start seeing the old attitudes and hardline positions resurfacing. So it doesn't look like this Congress is going to change anything. I think it's going to be a winner takes all, where those that believe that they are in the majority are basically going to force down everyone's throat whatever it is that has happened up until now. Unless, of course, the unions that are pro-NUMSA, shall we say, or pro-VAVI have actually been doing some groundwork over the past few months or probably even couple of years, and they're going to pull a surprise. But that looks unlikely at this stage, especially after NUMSA said it was not going to appeal its case, especially after Zuma VAVI said he was no longer interested to appeal his case. So status quo is going to remain, but as to whether then, beyond that, those like your FAWs, those that were in support of NUMSA, in support of VAVI, are themselves divided, which would mean that some of their members would then join the other group that is in the majority. That is what I think may just be a game changer. And so will, of course, whatever efforts outside of this particular Congress, the efforts that will have been started by NUMSA and like-minded people, whether those will yield anything significant. But as things stand, it looks like status quo is going to stay. The things we've seen over the past few weeks, past few months, past couple of years are going to pretty much stay as they have been all along.
Well, there you have it. Our contributing editor, Vuyo Mboko, live from Midrand at Gallagher Estate, waiting for Cosatu's National Congress to get underway. Cosatu President Suduma Dlamini is expected to address the Congress, as well as President Zuma. That will be coming up later this afternoon, but we will cross to that live as soon as it gets underway.